Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into this, another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. It's going to take a lot of time to look at practice today, what's being said by the coaches, by some of the players as well. See if we kind of, get a feel for what they're going through right now and what they're thinking, what they're seeing on the field from one another and from the coach's perspective. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Obviously, everybody is excited, on the team. So you're going to have a lot of positive feedback, but there are some negative things where they say, look, you just got to do better at this, or the wide receivers had a bad day with drops. That happens. You get a lot of different kind of aspects of practice, different points of view. So that's good to get a lot of different ones. But we'll take a look at that. As always, the phone lines will be open, and you can give us a call, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today as well. But, we are continuing to move a little bit closer. Full pads practice today. Be the first one, and then hopefully the first scrimmage of the year will be Saturday in Jordan-Hare Stadium. And, again, that's when you start to see probably some separation after those scrimmages begin, and you start seeing kind of live action. But it's always good when the full pads go on and the real hitting starts to begin. Used to, there was real hitting throughout the whole thing. And there was two-a-day practices. Now, you can't. Oh, these kids are so soft. You can't. Oh, you don't want to hurt them. It's too much. But anyway.
Don't even get me started on that.
Of course, I'm not the one going through it, so it's easy for me to say. But nonetheless.
Well, Andy, nowadays, full pads don't even mean full pads usually means helmet, shoulder pad, and shorts. Rarely do they even have on the football pants with all the pads. So,
right.
It's a different day. That's all I'm going to say. True.
But everybody goes through it, and everybody has the same rules, and everybody has to abide by it. So everybody's on equal footing. That's really all that really kind of matters. So I'll just start going through some of these things. You can respond. What you think, what you take from this. Is this meaningful? Is it not meaningful? Is it what does it mean to you? But
I'm going to shock you with my comments today.
Okay. You always shock me with your comments, Dave. Okay, again, fourth day of practice, full pads today, the first scrimmage on Saturday. Things we have learned visiting with the offensive assistant coaches after Wednesday's practice. Offensive guard Keandre Jones, apparently he was a little banged up. He's back at practice, should be full speed here pretty soon. That's good news. Wide receivers coach Ike Hilliard does not like to yell at the players and doesn't do it. Does not believe it's necessary.
Mm-hmm. He's a teacher.
Were you a yeller?
Yeah. I was. If I could go back and do it all again, I'd coach totally different than I did back in the day. I was wired for sound, son. And I yelled when the players made mistakes over and over again that had been supposed to have been corrected. I couldn't stand that. But I like that approach, and it's just everybody has to coach to their personality, and obviously that's Ike's personality.
Well, Bruce is a yeller.
Bruce
Pearl is a yeller.
Go to practice, Andy. Bruce Bruce cuts those kids no slack in practice. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it is wall blistering, paint shredding, but that's Bruce. And there again though, Andy, Ike's been in the league. There's not a whole lot of yelling in the league because those players are making more money than the coaches are. And so he probably learned a lot of things in the league that he's practicing on the college level. So
like you say, it's a matter of different styles. It both ways can work.
Yeah.
Rodney Garner was a yeller.
Yeah.
He would get after you pretty good. There are guys, and that was one of the things. Like Rodney Garner was always one that they always said, man, he coaches you really hard.
Right.
But there's no question that he loves you.
Yeah.
But he will break you down and rebuild you into a really good college player. But some people just don't respond to that. Some kids just can't handle that.
And you have to figure out which ones can and which ones can't. It's not demeaning unless you're name calling and, personally putting a player down. If you're just yelling at a player to get the best out of him because that's what he'll respond to, heck yeah, yell.
I remember they used to talk about an Auburn offensive line coach back in the Dye days, and his name escapes me at the moment. He went to Florida State.
Was it P.W.
Everybody
Underwood? Was it P.W. Underwood?
No.
Okay.
Everybody will know. I'm sure most Auburn fans will know who I'm talking about. But they said he would cuss you. He had the filthiest mouth of anybody you've ever heard ever, and he would just cuss you up, the offensive lineman up one side and down the other, and. Again, some guys would respond to it and respond well. Other guys, not so much. But.
Andy, a coaching friend of mine went to a Georgia practice a couple of years ago, and he said, I had to wash my ears out when I left that place. He said, that was the most god-awful language I've ever heard in my life on the Georgia practice field. So
Gus Malzahn, the opposite of that.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh darn.
Offensive line coach Will Friend says sophomore Avery Jernigan and Jaleel Irvin have been the most improved offensive linemen in camp. He hastened to add that no one has won any starting position yet on the offensive line. There are no starting positions yet.
Well,
you buy that? Or is that just talk?
I think that's just a warning shot at the players who wants it. I think he's got them penciled in for sure. But
at least center and maybe the tackles.
Yeah. Well, funny Will Friend story, Andy. Did you read the article about him getting in the cold tub yesterday?
No.
He wanted to bond with Keandre because Keandre had been nicked up. So after practice, and Keandre jumped in the cold tub, and Will Friend jumped in the cold tub with him so that they could just chat after practice. And he said, Keandre did a much better job with the cold tub than I did. I can't imagine.
No. Well, that's dedication.
It is.
That's what you want.
Pretty cool. He jumped in the cold tub with him just to chat and, make him feel good about being back out there and all of that. But
I'm glad he's calling out some of these younger guys because those are the guys we're going to need next year.
Yeah.
Avery Jernigan, Jaleel Irvin, Tate Johnson's another name that I've heard that has made some progress this year. So Colby Smith, Garner Langlow, all those guys. We hadn't brought in any new offensive line. We brought in a couple. But those guys are going to obviously have to be counted on and heavily. So
well, here's the thing, Andy. And we don't know because, like we say this all the time, we're not in the building. We have beat that horse dead, offensive lineman. We do need some more. But when we looked at that list of offensive linemen a couple of weeks back, when you had the whole roster, there are a ton of offensive linemen in the room. And a lot of them are underclassmen.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact that we have 7 or 8, seniors, there are some good underclassmen in that room. Do we need some more? Yes. But it's not like the cupboard's going to be empty after this year.
No.
That being said, we need some more.
Yeah. You definitely need depth for sure.
Yeah.
Running backs coach Cadillac Williams is really excited by what he's seen so far from his players. Wide receiver Cam Brown seems to have made the biggest early impact or early impression among the true freshmen. A lot of talk about Cam Brown.
Where'd he come from? Remember?
Think maybe Georgia, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, big, tall wide receiver, big physical guy. So I don't think he was the one people thought maybe Omari Kelly makes a move, and still may happen. But Camden Brown making the biggest one so far.
Yep.
Coy Moore, there was the transfer from LSU, been outstanding. Coy has the experience that he brings to the table. He brings toughness to the table. That's different from the rest of the room. He has some grit about him. He has great hands. He understands football in terms of complexities and nuances, coverage aspects. It's been a joy, says Ike Hilliard.
Wow. Pretty high praise from Ike.
And he said it in a very measured tone.
Yeah, yes.
He didn't yell.
Didn't yell.
But Coy Moore, St. Thomas Aquinas, thank you, from Florida, from down in Florida, Camden Brown, wide receiver.
Thank you, Marvin.
On the spot, Marvin, as always. Don't ever ask me where a recruit is from, because I'm going to say it, and I'm probably going to be wrong. How about from year 1 to year 2? Here's your guy, Brad Bedell. You know the ins and the outs of these kids. You know what buttons to push, what buttons not to push, what to stay away from. You can say everybody has to be treated the same, but essentially you can't do that. You have 7 different personalities. There is no equity.
Which we talked about.
You got to treat everybody
earlier.
different.
That's right. You got to find out what they respond to, what they don't respond to, and approach it. And that makes it very difficult, Dan, from a coaching standpoint. I'm telling you from experience.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're just getting started on this edition of the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest Deer Expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
It's been 30 years. 30 years of growth. 30 years of dedication. 30 years of service and value to our great customers. 30 years of automotive technology and innovation. We are proud to celebrate our anniversary at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, making you smile for 30 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. We were talking during the break. You bring up a good point. High school football beginning across the state of Alabama, really tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Benjamin Russell right here in Alexander City where we are going to play a scrimmage against Madison Academy. Madison Academy produced quite a bit of Auburn talent.
That's correct.
Carryon Johnson and Austin Troxell.
Malik, was it Malik Miller?
Yeah, Malik Miller. Yeah.
Well, kudos to Coach Grider for getting that together after he got here. And of course, he's been on a whirlwind, since he got here. And then next Friday night, week 0, a very, very good B.B. Comer team comes into Dadeville. So
is that one going to count, or is that just a?
Yeah, it counts.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's.
You can choose to count it or not, right? In week 0.
I'm not sure how that works.
I think
somebody help me out with that. But this weekend is just a scrimmage. I know Benjamin Russell's going to do varsity first half, JV second half. But that's the cool thing about living here at the lake. We've got Benjamin Russell, we've got Dadeville, we have Horseshoe Bend, we have Reeltown. Mm-hmm. So I'll be trying to support all of those. But wherever you live, whoever your team is, get out and support those athletes, those cheerleaders, those band members, because it doesn't get any purer or any more fun than Friday night in a small town at a high school football, unless you're in Jordan-Hare Stadium on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. Very funny. Will Friend.
He's hilarious.
Brandon. Brandon Council's 7th year senior. It's the only one I've ever known.
That's the quote I was looking for.
Brandon is 2 years older than I am. When I was a sophomore in high school, he was a senior. Said Will Friend, his position coach. Let's go to the phone line, David. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Guys, how are y'all doing today?
Pretty good, Terry. How about you?
Doing well. Guys, I wanted to call and thank y'all for this. Is my last call as Terry from Talladega, okay? I'm moving tomorrow, and want to give you guys a call and tell you I thank y'all for putting up with me, and comment. Sometimes it's comically, but I want to thank you guys. for everything. So
we appreciate the phone call.
I am. Well, just plain old Terry, I guess. But I don't want to say Terry Farmer. Somebody might come looking for me down there, you know.
Yeah, we'll keep that on the down low. I didn't say that.
Yeah, because don't you keep me in touch where you do play. I'm gonna try to come out and hear you some night, some evening.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Get in town, so
sure.
But you know, I just wanted to call up and say, hey, to you guys. I meant to call the other show the other night, Tuesday night with Brett and them, but your time gets away from me because you get, the thing about moving is you come across a bunch of stuff you didn't know you had. You know, and I'm like, why did I buy another one? I already had one. You know. You
find out whether you're a hoarder or not.
Yeah. And I am. So, and I'm moving. Actually, you know, my wife died back in 2008, and I found a lot of her stuff, so a lot of old memories there. It was a little emotional, but I got through it. It's okay. But you know how it is. That's been a long time ago, but you know, you guys understand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hate to hear that, Terry. Our condolences for that, but hopefully the move will be something positive, and hey, you'll be closer to Auburn. That's always a good thing.
Well, is moving ever any fun?
No, never.
I'm done.
I remember as a little boy, I went to church with a couple. They moved I bet they moved 14 or 15 times the time I knew them. I'd go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, well, in the coaching profession that I was,
no way I could do that much moving. I'd go nuts. I'd just go crazy.
Yeah, well, these guys.
But I just wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to holler at y'all. And you know, sometimes I say things just to get up under people's skin, but. Good to talk to y'all, and always a pleasure. I'll be in touch down the road, but I'm just going to be Terry from Auburn, just a different, just Terry. Absolutely, to be honest with you.
Well, Terry, we appreciate you, man, and you know, we the moving thing. I get it. I hope this is your last move for a while because I absolutely hate moving. So we appreciate the call, and sure sorry to hear about your spouse. And God bless you in your move.
Hey, God bless y'all, and then we'll talk down the road, guys.
Okay, Terry.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
See you. Terry from Auburn, or just Terry?
Just Terry. You don't want anybody to come looking for
No.
Well, you know, Terry, the thing about Terry, and you know, Terry and I, we don't always agree. And Terry's.
David, you and I don't always agree.
We don't. But Terry, maybe he's softened a little bit on Harsin until we go on a losing streak. No. But you know, we appreciate him calling and expressing his opinion, and we all have opinions. And you know, one thing, he's enthusiastic about his sports, and we appreciate that. And
I'll go out on a limb and say there's a greater chance of me moving more toward Terry's point of view than Terry moving toward my point of view. Especially if we go on a losing streak.
Well, that's what I was going. You were going to ask me about what I think about all these comments. So, bouncing off of Terry's call, let's just go there. This sounds wonderful. It means jack squat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, maybe Randy's rubbing off on me a little bit. He'd be so proud that I'm saying this, Randy Lee. But hey, just win, baby. I'm sorry. This is all great, and I do love the quotes about the bonding. I think this team is probably as close as any Auburn team has been in many, many years because of the circumstances that they were thrown into. And I don't have a problem with any of the hires that Brian Harsin has made coming into this season. And we get all excited about these quotes, and rightfully so. But, hey, and the other thing I was going to mention, Andy, yesterday on Sirius XM, as I was driving into Birmingham on Full Ride, Rick Newhousel, who coached this young man, they interviewed the head football coach of San Jose State, which is our second opponent.